See here, I have filled up all these 4 similar looking Huggins with the pattern floors, right? Now we have these 4 shapes. It is now up to you how you want to go about filling it. I feel like drawing the pattern poke leaf inside these, so I am going to use the pattern poke leaf to fill up these, right? A few tipple here and there wherever the spaces left are more, right? So let us fill up these shapes with the pattern poke leaves. So just randomly drawing my poke leaves and little spaces if left in between. If the space is a little bigger, I am going to insert a triple there, and if they are very little, just fill it in, right, like this. So again, starting from the other side, fill up this part of the Huggins with the tangle pattern poke leaves. Just drawing randomly, filling up the small spaces left in between, inking them, and just in case the spaces are a little bigger, just putting in a few tipples there, right? Again, drawing behind a very integral part of the method, right? So some poke leaves here and there would be good. I'm sorry, some tipples here and there would look nice. So just going to fill up this entire section with poke leaves, right, like this, and a few tipples here and there. Right, so that's how I'm going to be filling up all the 4 sections, right? You can see here I have filled up all the 4 sections with the tangle pattern poke leaf, right? So let us now start to shade our tile. So I am adding some graphite in the inside of my Huggins. I am not going to shade the festoons individually. I would be shading my Huggins, or you can say I am shading the tangle as a whole, right? I am not going to independently shade the Huggins, the festoons, I'm sorry, right? So I am adding graphite, some thick graphite at the edges, the sides, right, and I'm going to pull it inward, almost covering the center but not the entire thing, right? So let us now blend it. So I'm going to blend it, pull the graphite towards the center. If there are more inked portions, just make sure that the ink has dried up, otherwise you may end up smudging the ink also and damaging your tile, right? So I have added some thick graphite, really dark at the edges, almost made it grey, and just left the center portion like a highlight, right? So I'm going to do a similar exercise in all these sections. Leave a center highlight and add graphite on all the four sides, right? So we are now shading our Huggins, which has the tangled floors inside it, right? We have already learned all these tangles in our previous sessions. I am using only those tangles here which we have already learned, right? So now we are going to blend. Again the same exercise. Leaving a center highlight and blending the rest, right? So mild circular movements. Just pull the graphite towards the center, but don't cover the entire center. Right? So we are going to do the same thing in our last section also. We are shading the tangle as a whole, not getting into shading the individual poke leaves, right? So adding graphite to all the sides of this section also, not getting into shading each and every poke leaf. Again I'll leave a highlight inside which gives the effect of a shimmer or a shine, right? So adding graphite on all the sides, right? So let us now start blending. So the same exercise, pulling the graphite from the corners to the center, but making sure the entire center is not covered, leaving a highlight, right? Again spreading, right? So doing the same exercise in all my sections, shading the same way, not getting into shading the individual tangle, shading the entire section or the tangle as a whole, right? Yes. So now that we have done it, let us now restate these orbs, right? Re-emphasizing these orbs and probably add another orb inside, something like this, right? Because we have drawn quite big orbs, so there is space for one more within. So let's do that to enhance the look of our tile. Right? You can also choose to do that only for the inner portion and leave the rest like that. Right? And then let us use our white charcoal to highlight the areas where we have not added grey. So the center of the tile, right? And then the center portion of all these sections which we have not shaded with gray, we are going to add some white charcoal just to re-emphasize the highlight. Right? You can use your blending stump, a different one, to get rid of the excess chalk. I generally use my hands here. Comes naturally to me, right? So we have highlighted, right? So this is one way of drawing Huggins, which is also crazy Huggins because it is not bound by the four sides and the square grid, right? This is another tile where this part of the tile is Huggins, which has gone crazy. Some have 4 sides, some have 5 sides, and they are just growing in any direction with some more patterns like mocha and toodles, right? This is one more setting of Huggins. You can also draw Huggins in this manner. This is also one version, also called crazy Huggins, right? So you can use this kind of arrangement also to draw Huggins. So Huggins, once it forgets its square grid, is called crazy Huggins, right? So let us now initial our tile and sign and date it. I am going to be posting all these tiles on my Facebook page, Sanyukta's Zentangle, right? You can have a look, and we'll see you again, right, with the new Zentangle original pattern. Till then, have a good time, stay safe, bye bye.